Paltrocast.
Well, how is your day going aside from, talking to wrestling media, people who ask you the same questions over and over and over again?
I mean, it's great. I mean, we have a heat wave here, so it's like 90 degrees, so it's great.
Okay. Heat wave means you get to enjoy the air conditioning or you don't have to go to the gym.
No, still gotta go to the gym. I mean, still have to defend my title soon, so still gotta work out and still gotta deal with that. But yeah, I guess it's the start of summer vacation, so it's great.
Got it. And you're a champion. Do you have a collection of belts off camera? I would have to assume.
Nope, I'm not a belt collector. We actually collect some sneakers, and you can see those in the bag. But yeah,
Oh, oh. So it's a couple of sneakerheads.
yes.
Wow. Okay. When did you get into sneakers? I'm curious about that.
I mean, I think it's always been a thing. But I guess when me and Eddie got together, kind of collected them over the years. So yeah, hasn't really been like a thing that we kind of like did on purpose. It was kind of something that naturally happened, and then yeah, and then now the collection's pretty big. But yes,
Well, they're assets. That's how you have to justify it. Every time you get a
yes,
pair of shoes, it's like real estate without dealing with tenants.
exactly.
Yeah, so it's rationalized. But hey, back to you and your success in TNA and you being a champion, all that. What's coming up for you? In other words, which are the cities and the shows which we'll be seeing you at?
We have Philly, June 29th at the 2300 Arena. We have Slam in Montreal. We have Tampa in August. We also have since I don't know if it's Cincinnati. No, I think it might be Cleveland. I think we're Cleveland. Yeah, we're kind of making our way around towns. So yeah, the summer tour dates, just visit impactwrestling.com to find those out. But yeah, you can find me at all of them, I would hope, you know since I have the title and all, and being the manager of the most dominant faction in pro wrestling. So
Yeah, so you have to do double duty in general.
yes, always.
Yeah, how many other people on the roster these days are doing double duty where they're a manager and a champion main draw kind of talent?
I think I might be the only one right now, so I guess I'm killing it.
Yes, I think you know that you're killing it. That's
I
the
am. I
energy.
am. It's been a good year for Lish, so I think it's great. I mean, it started off halfway through last year when I had the match against Trin, and I think I kept the ball rolling. So yeah, it's been a great year for me.
So you've been in wrestling for over 15 years now. I hate to put like a number or anything, but did you have any idea that you were going to be in wrestling this long?
No, and I guess I didn't really think that I would have the most momentum right now either, right? That my prime was already there, kind of whatever, like I don't know. So yeah, it's been a little game changer. So I think it's great to be on. I mean, the longevity just proves that, like, the timing is always the best. So we just have to make sure it's the right time, right place. And I mean, TNA is the right place and it's the right time now.
Well, I think you just said something very interesting right there. All the momentum that you have now. How did you know not to quit, to stick with it, that the best was yet to come from years ago?
I mean, every time there was, I guess, a thought of not quitting, but like being able to not put all my energy into wrestling, I think, that was when another opportunity came. I think the first, or one of the main times was right before TNA offered my first contract. I was like about 30 years old and kind of doing it around like, I don't know, maybe 12 years or a little bit over that. So I wasn't sure where wrestling was kind of going in that direction. And then once I thought that, then I got a phone call from TNA, and then I got my first contract. So I mean, I wasn't gonna throw all those years that I worked so hard for, thinking that it wasn't going anywhere. When that happened, I think that was just like draw. It drew me in once again, and I think I just stuck around. And I mean, look at me now.
Yeah, so you made your return to TNA Impact like what, 7 years ago, something like that?
Yep, in 2017.
And you'd had a couple of appearances way back when, before then, before you really made even more of a name of yourself for yourself elsewhere. But when you came back in 2017, did you have any idea that you were going to be there for years? Wasn't it originally like a per night kind of deal?
Yeah, like I came for the knockouts knockdown a couple times, and then when I got the call the first time for my first, I wasn't offered a contract right at the beginning. It was just to show up as Eddie's wife. I think it was the match where Angel turned on me, I believe. So it was supposed to be just like a one weekend kind of thing. And then the story escalated. They liked how I performed. And then there I think Jeff Jarrett at the time took over. So it was like a new regime at that perfect time. And then I got my first contract, and then ever since then it just kept going somehow. I kind of kept them enjoying my company, whether if I was wrestling or not. And then yeah, and then now look what happened. I turned heel, and then now I'm running the baddest faction in TNA history right now.
Well, if I can give you another compliment, you've survived a few regimes. You are the survivor. Basically, what that says is every single regime looked at you and went, "Yeah, we like her. Keep her around."
Yeah, and I think a lot of it to do is like I have a good attitude. I do what's needed, and you know what I mean. And I'm definitely a team player, and it's something that I always kind of teach the newer generation. You just kind of like sometimes you want to bet on yourself and you want everything at like all at once, but then when you get everything at once, then that means it's kind of over. So I mean, a little bit here and there kind of sprinkles and keeps us all, keeps me going, right? What are we on my seventh year? I don't even know. I can't, I don't, I stopped
Yeah,
counting. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. You and Eddie are both examples of people who bet on themselves, who had a bunch of people going, "Oh, it's not going to work out," and ultimately, you both had these long-term careers that you proved all the naysayers wrong. So when did you kind of realize that you were right and just to stop listening to everybody else?
Truly, I think last year was, and I
Oh,
mean, sometimes I still second guess myself a little bit, but I mean, I think once I kind of was thrown to the Naomi Trin match, I think that was kind of where I had to make sure, okay, Lish, they're not just putting you in here because they like your attitude. Like you deserve your spot, and you earned it. And I think that's kind of where I got a little bit confidence there. And then working with the boys, and being in storylines with the top level guys has just literally been like a confidence booster in all ways. So I think just being able to be around and great people that want to see me doing well, I think that just is the game changer in all of it.
cool. Well, three quick questions and then I let you go. The first one is, you're a champion now. Do you want to hold this championship the rest of your career, or is the Knockouts Women's Championship the
Oh,
ultimate
I'll
goal?
hold both of them at the same time if I have to. I mean, yes, I mean, I don't see the tag titles leaving me and Masha's waist anytime soon. And then if I have to go after Jordan or Ash by Elegance, whoever wins at the pay-per-view, then that's just how it's gonna happen. So
Got it. Next question. I've had the pleasure of interviewing Masha, a talented artist, big fan of anime. Are you an anime person too?
no, not really. I don't really get into that genre, but I mean, I support everyone that does. I might know a thing or two, but not really my cup of tea, I guess.
So sneakers are your anime.
Yeah, some sneakers, yes.
And then the last question is, what music do you train to when it's your decision as to what music's playing in the gym?
I'm more of an R&B, like trap, rap music, to kind of, I'm an OG, so I gotta get into the gangsta mode. So I mean, I would go to like, yeah, that genre of music.
There you go. I'm learning new things about you every day, but the bottom line is looking forward to what's to come from you as the champion and just keep doing all that great work. It's exciting to see how somebody can sign with the company and be more interesting than they were 7 years later.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. Kind words.
Paltrocast.